family, how we doing? This is Mark from Mark's Remarks. Hope that you are having a phenomenal day as you watch this video. What I'm going to be talking about today is the 5 reasons or the 5 rationales for why you may want to earn a doctorate. The doctorate, I'm currently in the doctorate program. The doctorate that I'm earning is an EDD. Now, there's several doctorates that you can earn. There's a PhD, there's an EDD, there's an MD, there's a Psych D. So there's several different doctoral programs. For me, I'm earning a EDD. It's an executive leadership program here in New York. The reason why I decided to go through the program is for a variety of reasons. So I'm going to give you the top 5 reasons that I chose. Bear with me. I took a few notes so that I can give you the most impactful reason for why I decided to get into a doctoral program, and then some things you want to consider before actually jumping into a program. So number 1 is, why do you want to do it? Why are you deciding to get a doctorate? Is it for money? Is it for prestige? Is it because your friend or your homeboy is getting a doctorate? For me, my passion is working with African American young men and Latino young men, the minority young men. As a young man coming out of high school, I was deemed essentially illiterate. I could not read coming out of high school and going into college. So for me, getting a doctorate degree is very important for my growth as a professional, and it also provides me with the story to tell my young men to say, hey, listen, if I can do this coming out of high school where they said I couldn't read and I wouldn't be anything, and now I have 2 master's degrees and now working on a doctorate degree, there's nothing that you can't do as a young man. There's no task that can be put in front of you that you can't accomplish. So for me, getting a doctorate degree is for me being able to work with my young minority men, but also esteeming them to let them know that if I can do this, then you can. The second thing is time. My family is really bearing a commitment. So as I'm going through the doctoral program, they're essentially going through the doctoral program. I have 3 young kids at home, and as we go through the videos, I'll tell you about them a little bit more. But my wife is she really has to step up to the plate and essentially help out a lot, and because there's a lot of readings, there's a lot of traveling involved in it, there's just a lot of paperwork that goes along with a doctoral program. So for me, the second thing that's important is the time. Do you have the time to commit to 3, 4, 5 years of advancing yourself in your educational process? So number 1 is, why do you want to get a doctorate? Number 2 is, do you have the time to actually commit to the doctoral process? And I've heard some stories where some people have taken 11, 12 years to actually get through a doctoral program. The program that I'm going through is a cohort model. So basically, they take you from the beginning all the way to the end. Now, if you go to a bigger university, sometimes from what I hear and what I've heard is that you'll start off in one area, and then as you go through that process, you can kind of get lost in the shuffle. I decided to go to a smaller campus so that they're essentially taking you through the doctoral process, and you're thinking about your dissertation all the way throughout the process. So it really determines on your work schedule. If you are still working, I'm fully employed as a high school administrator, so I have the stressors at work that I have to deal with, and then I'm a full-time father and husband, and then I also have the doctoral process going on at the same time. So a lot of hats, and then I also do real estate on the side. So a lot of things that I'm juggling right now, but my faith carries me through. Third thing you want to think about is finance. Can you afford it? For me, I think earning a doctorate degree is vital, but it comes with a hefty price tag. My doctoral studies is costing me roughly about $30,000 a year, 30 plus thousand dollars a year. So that's very expensive. But I think the pros are going to outweigh the cons. But for you, you have to look at, can I afford it? When you're looking at student loans and Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and whoever May or whoever those people are that loan us the money, right? Because they're the ones that told us that, hey, we'll give you the money, just have to pay us back. And remember, student loans are the only people that you can't bankrupt and you can't run away from. Student loans are going to stay there forever until you get them paid. So you have to think, can I afford to pay this off as I go? Do I have to take student loans out? That's something you want to consider. For me, I think investing in myself, investing in my family, investing in me is invaluable. My position is that I think money will come and go, and I'll be able to afford it. Now, I'm saying that now at the beginning of the doctoral program, as we grow as a family, as we grow at this YouTube family, you're gonna have to remind me of that when I first get my student loan payment and say, hey Mark, remember you said that investing in yourself is invaluable, so don't worry about that, whatever student loan payment is gonna be. So, that's what you want to do. Fourth thing you want to think about is your career aspirations. What is your degree gonna do for you in your career? That only you know that, right? And degrees, to give you some insight, college degrees don't get you the job. There's a lot of individuals, you hear this, that, well, this person has a doctorate and they're working at Kmart. And no offense to anybody working at Kmart, but they have a doctorate degree and they're not using the degree that they are have. It's like their degree is going to waste. The reality is, college degrees only it gets your foot in the door. It gives you that opportunity to get that interview. What I've learned is that without the college degree, then you won't even get called in for an interview. So the question is, what does your degree do for you? What do you see you using your degree as? For me, again, this is a personal aspiration. I work with about anywhere between 900 to 1,200 students on a daily basis as a high school administrator. But my aspiration is to do a little bit bigger. I love children and I love seeing young people grow. And I also love looking at structures and systems that help young people develop. I think that when you look at things that go on in this country with the systems that are in place, where you see, the graduation and the inequities in graduation rate among children of minority, there's some real things that really need to be tackled, and some issues that need to be adjusted, some structures that need to be changed. So my passion is working with inner cities and communities and looking at those structures and saying, hey, what can we do different to fix this, to close that achievement gap? So for me, my goal is to be a consultant, but also one day be a superintendent with my doctorate degree. But you have to look at, what does your degree do for you? And getting that degree, is it going to get you closer to that goal? Or is it going to get you further away from that goal? Because it is a price tag, and it is pretty hefty. Last but not least is the impact. What type of impact does this have on your legacy and your career and who you are as a person in this world? For me, I come from, I'm Haitian American, so I come from an immigrant family. First individual in my family to get a college degree. Proud to say that. My sister got one, and then all my brothers and sisters now have 4 years or at least associate's degree. So proud. My mom did a phenomenal job raising us to be hardworking. So for me, my doctorate does something not just for me, but it does something for my posterity. It does something for my legacy, for my children, so that they know that, hey, this is possible. They can go out and do something with themselves. So again, those are 5 reasons that or 5 reasons that you should consider before getting a doctorate. Do you have the time to do it? What's driving you? The finances, the career aspirations, and also what would this do for you and your legacy and your community? Hey folks, thanks for spending your time with me. Give me your comments. Tell me what you think. We're growing as a family. We're growing as a YouTube family. This is only my 2nd video. Tell me what suggestions I should make. Tell me if there's things that you want to hear about. I will definitely interact with you. I'll definitely comment and get back to you. So peace. Talk to you soon.